Thank you for joining me today, and we are going to be playing some Fallout New Vegas. If you remember last time, we cleared out Vault... Which one is this? Vault 11, which is a perfect demonstration of all the shady shit that Vault-Tec does. So, we're going to go back to Goodsprings to drop our stuff off, repair, relax, recuperate. If you joined me for last stream, we'll play some Fallout 3. Went up till I got to the part where the Super Mutant Behemoth shows up when you first meet the NCR. And I died there and I just decided to call it a night. Before that, we cleared out the Super Duper Mart, cleared out the Springville School, and then that's where my stream crashed, and then I just kept going as using my capture card. That. Alright, what do I not need? Scrap metal, missile, flamer fuel. Energy cells. Alright, so got rid of all of that. Okay, so got these for weapons. Don't have any weapon repair kits. One weapon repair kits. Use that. For our baby. Get that. Alright, improve the condition on that. Let's see. Don't need so much bighorn meat. What else can we get rid of? Dirty waters. What else? Stout boy. That, vodka, whiskey, wine. Alright, how are we doing stat-wise? Just got radiation poisoning, easy fix. Right away. Alright, so the mission that we're doing requires us to get some parts out of some of the vaults in the area. You got Vault 22 and Vault 3, and the thing about both of those is they both have missions that require us. Hey, Miss Walker, how you doing today? Alright, but pretty much Vault 22 requires us to hello, Sputnez Nachos. How are you doing today? Alright, but pretty much Camera Karen gives us two missions. One to go to Vault 22 for some stuff there, and also to go to Vault 22 or Vault 3 and rescue an NCR Ranger there. But we also have in the Red Rock Canyon a mission to go to Vault 3 and get some, pretty much do a drug deal with the Fiend in there. The thing is, kind of difficult to get to Vault, or get to Red Rock Canyon, so we're going to wait on that, and we're going to go to Vault 22 first. So we're going to head to Camp McCarran. Oh, I've not discovered that yet. That is bullshit. Pretty much follow this wall right here, and it will take you to Camp McCarran, which is the site of the McCarran Airport that was taken over by the NCR and is now used as a base for this area. I believe this is Sharecropper's village. we'll actually get a mission here to go to another vault to help deal with some pretty much irradiated water is leaking from somewhere, and it is affecting the water here that's being used to water crops. And we actually have two things we can do. We can either fix the water, or rescue the people who are still in the vault. Stuff like that. But yeah, Fallout 3, that playthrough, it was like, yeah, pretty much sometime after this stream, I'm going to have to go and pretty much visit every area that I was at, like Super Duper Mart, the Sunnyvale or Springvale Elementary School, and the hey, glad to hear it. Glad you could make it. Ermengarde Trader.
Mormon caravan from New Canaan came through the other day. Damn Brahmin crap everywhere.
Hey, never trade me? Okay. Alright, so we're at Camp Karen now. But pretty much I'm going to have to explore everywhere in Fallout 3 where I was, pick up every miscellaneous item, and then drop off those, or sell those miscellaneous items to Mora, get the caps, and then buy as much ammo as possible, and then wait for it to recharge, or for her to reset. Because unlike Fallout New Vegas and 4, you don't have to worry about hunger, thirst, or having to sleep or anything like that. So you can just wait almost indefinitely, and then they'll reset what they have, how much caps they have, and then just because I literally had almost no ammunition left by the time I got to
There's a lot more troops there than we thought. No wonder we couldn't hold Helios 1.
got to the Brotherhood, who were taking on the super mutants. Where's everybody?
I'm usually good with faces, but I don't think I've seen you here before. What brings you to Camp McCarran? You don't cook by any chance, do you? Farber's doing his best, but it's hard to manage an army with half my staff in line for the latrine. Honestly, we're fighting a lot of fires right now. The Fiends keep pressing their position from Vault 3. We've got the Legion breathing down our necks across the river. We actually took an officer alive last week, but so far he hasn't spoken a word. Yeah, on top of everything else, I can't send a patrol on a bathroom break without it being ambushed by someone who heard they were coming. So somebody's getting the word out. Calm is what you have to be when people look to you. And it's all you can be when things are out of your hands. As in Chem Fiends. Biggest gang of raiders I've ever seen. Nothing like addiction to swell your numbers. Psychotic and completely unpredictable. They set up shop in Vault 3 to the west. Every day they attack our positions and my men repel them. But every day there's more of them and less of us. I sent one of my rangers after their leader to try and destabilize them. He didn't return. Hell of a thing, losing a ranger. You come to depend on them, and they come through for you so often, you forget it can happen. That vault is a hornet's nest. If you have second thoughts, no one would think less of you for it. But if you can get him home, it'd mean a lot. Watch for civilians, too. The Fiends have been kidnapping locals. They just walk right into people's homes in the middle of the day and take them. But the man you're looking for is Bryce Anders. Anders was trying to find the leader, Motor Runner. You hear something like a chainsaw? You found Motor Runner. Put a bullet in his head, and you'll have some new friends around here. Could be better, I'll say that much. We set up here with our sights set on annexing New Vegas. It's a lot of resources that could do a lot of good for us. But that hasn't happened. If anything, they annexed us. They rake in the profits from our soldiers, and we're stuck protecting them from the Legion. Not exactly the plan. Now we're trying to secure the strip and the dam at the same time, and it's costing us. And in the meantime, General Oliver won't approve any offensive maneuvers, because he doesn't want to risk losing our positions. So we're in a holding pattern here. And Caesar's on the other side of the river, planning. I have Lieutenant Boyd on that already, and she's excellent, but I think she's hit a wall. Talk to her if you like. See if she has any use for you. Her office is right above mine, but I think she might be interrogating right now. So she'd be upstairs on the other side of the building. Well, why not? Given your recent arrival, at least I can safely rule you out as the leak. I'd like to have absolute trust in my men, but that's just not practical right now. Go ahead and look into it. See what you find. We don't have much to go on right now. Lately, every raiding party in New Vegas seems to have a map of our troop movements. It derails everything. Supplies, reinforcements, and it'll only get worse the longer we let it go on. Captain Curtis is heading up the investigation right now. He can fill you in. It's our main base. We took it because it lets us keep an eye on the Strip, and it had already been fortified before the Great War. From here, we handle most of the logistics for our operations in Nevada. Troop allocation, supply distribution, intel. Usually General Oliver runs the show here, but he's on his way to the dam now, so I've taken on a lot of his duties here. Unfortunately, no. In fact, the word from the ranger stations has been especially concerning lately. It sounds like they've run into overwhelming resistance, and supplies just aren't reaching them. It's been so bad, I asked Sergeant Reyes at Camp Forlorn Hope to look into it, and see how it is that things could be so fouled up there. Everything was going according to President Kimball's plan at first. We met minor resistance from local troublemakers. But our two main objectives are still contested. Mr. House controls the Strip, and he won't so much as meet with our ambassador. And we're holding Hoover Dam. But Caesar's Legion is positioning itself to overrun it. If it falls, so will New Vegas. We'd be forced to withdraw.
Alright. We're not going to be doing the mission to find who the leak is, because that person is actually a Legion spy, and we are trying to go with the Legion on this playthrough.
A little busy at the moment, but I can talk. This? The OSI lab. We don't get many visitors. The smell puts people off, I think. Nobody ever said science would smell clean and fresh. Anyway, you get used to it if you give it some time. I know I don't sound the part. Get raised by Brahmin ranchers and you never lose the twang. Drives Hildern crazy. But I know every inch of the power grid from Hoover Dam to Shady Sands. That's what we do here. Try to optimize the power output from the dam. Some of the others are working on an agricultural project, but truth be told, they aren't making much progress. Not yet, anyway. Head researcher. Mostly on the dam project, but I help out on other things when they need me. Gotta be flexible. You mean give you work? No, that'd be up to the administrator, Hildern. He's back there in his office. Between you and me, I don't think he ever leaves. Plenty of mercs go in to see him, though. I can't say. We're not supposed to talk about the research. Not the details. If you're interested, I'm sure he'd see you. Nice to meet you. If you need anything, I'm almost always in the lab.
Actually, hold on. I think we have a mission from the Crimson Caravan Company to give to that guy. So let's see if we can do that first. Crimson Caravan Company. Right. Because how we're going to finish that mission that the guy's going to give us is going to piss him off really bad, and I don't want that to mess up this part of the mission.
Hello.
I think Ringo's over. Yeah, that's Ringo. Ringo!
Hey there. Here's the rest of the payment I promised you back in Goodsprings. Alice McLafferty runs the Crimson Caravan. You can find her over in the main office. I'm getting ready to run a caravan up towards Utah. There's a town called New Canaan, which is supposed to be pretty prosperous. The Crimson Caravan doesn't have any branches out that way, so it'll be up to me to get things started.
wait here.
Welcome to the Crimson Caravan Company New Vegas branch. What may I do for you? Certainly. What would you like to know? The Crimson Caravan Company has been in business for over 130 years. We're partially responsible for the progress in the NCR. Well, the gunrunners continue to dominate the weapons market, and the Mormon traders from New Canaan control the majority of the northern routes. Normally, I oversee company operations at the hub in California. However, the New Vegas branch has been underperforming in recent years. Given the conditions here, it's not hard to see why. I'll change all that soon enough. I'm afraid we have no current openings for caravanners or guards, but I am in need of a runner. Deliver this invoice to Dr. Hildern. You can find him somewhere inside Camp McCarran.
All right. Anytime I'm doing these playthroughs, I always try to kill as many birds with one stone as I can. So if I see like missions go together, or like if I do one mission, I can also take care of another mission, I'll try to do that. Probably one of the only things I don't like about Camp McCarran is every time you go here, or fast travel here, you always start outside. It never like starts you inside, or like in the front gates or anything. Yeah, New Vegas does have some tedious stuff in it too. Like especially if you're doing work for the boomers and you gotta go and like one of the missions is you have to pretty much hook this guy up with the girl that he has a crush on, and apparently they both have crushes on each other, and so you got to go and talk to her, then come back, talk to him, then go talk to her, and then it's just very tedious. All right.
A pleasure to meet you. I'm Dr. Thomas Hildern, Director of Operations, OSI East. I presume you're here about Vault 22? From Alice. I'll see that she's paid right away. Crimson Caravan runs a tight operation. Even out here in the waste, wouldn't do to keep them waiting. Was there anything else, or were you just here about the invoice? Wonderful. Straight to it then. Have you signed the release forms? No? Doesn't matter. We'll keep that to ourselves. Vault 22. Where to begin? Imagine, if you will, the wasteland in bloom. Vast fields of corn that grow from seeds and produce their bounty in the space of a month. Orchards of trees, their branches weighed halfway to the ground, hung with fat, ripe oranges, a harvest that could feed a city or a nation. And all this, requiring no more than a few drops of precious water, and the efforts of only a handful of human farmers. Impossible? A realist. We have that in common. A year ago, I'd have said the same. But what if I was to tell you that the wasteland can yield an endless bounty, and that the secret may lie a mere few miles from where we stand? We need only reach out and take it, and for that, I need you. Isn't it? One directs one's efforts, or the efforts of others, toward a goal, and progress is made. It's a matter of incentives, nothing more. I believe that the inhabitants of Vault 22 unlock the secrets of vegetative growth. Plants are spilling from their gate. No one tends them, no one waters them. Yet they multiply and spread in all directions. Find the reason for this miraculous growth, and I promise you the OSI will see that you are generously compensated. Good. No need to check in with the NCR authorities. I can authorize your payment from OSI accounts. Vaults typically contain a server room on a lower level, where they would have backed up their research data. A computer room, you understand? Download all the information on the central server to your Pip-Boy, and you'll be certain to bring me any notes or samples that you find, won't you? I thought it was a fairly straightforward assignment. It's a simple question of retrieving the data, which shouldn't prove overly challenging. Downloading the data will be handled by your Pip-Boy. You might think of yourself as a mere means of conveyance. No insult intended, of course. Oh? What might those be? The Office of Science and Industry. It's a rather expansive topic. I could talk for hours, but I'm sure I'd bore you. Suffice to say, we are the leading edge of the NCR. Our work focuses on practical matters: medicine, engineering, biology. The dam, for instance. OSI routes its energy supply to our cities in the West. That's only one responsibility of this office. Director of the entire OSI? Me? If I didn't know better, I'd say you were trying to plant seditious ideas in my head. No. I direct our eastern operations. I've been responsible for squeezing unprecedented levels of power from the dam. I'm also confronting the problem of food production in what little spare time I have, but I've found some promising leads. Yes, with the assistance of my team, of course. Not yet, but our government understands the value of proactive thought. Our studies project an imbalance between production and consumption. Or, for a layman such as yourself, not enough food, too many mouths to feed. Mass starvation in a decade or so. We aid some programs the Republic has sponsored involving sharecropper farms in the area. But those haven't panned out too well from what I hear. There have been complaints about the amount of water we're supplying. But those are just excuses for lack of diligence, I'm sure. Directly? No. But we attempt to maximize its output. You have no idea how difficult it is to provide power to an entire nation. I also have high hopes for our Helios 1 facility. Unfortunately, I can't say the same for the 2 scientists who are working there. So far, they've only managed to achieve 1% power output. I'd send help if I could spare the personnel. To be frank, I have no idea. I leave the fighting to Colonel Shu, and I expect him to leave the science to me. Too many people have opinions on things they know nothing about. And the more ignorant they are, the more opinions they have. Yes, goodbye.
Did Dr. Hildern... This really isn't any of my business, but... Did he give you a job? I shouldn't say anything. I know that. But you're not the first person Hildern sent out to the vault. There were a lot of mercs, one after another. None of them came back.
Oh, shit.
Then about a week ago, there was a scientist, Keeley. She's unusual. Not the sort of person you'd expect, but she's an absolute genius, and he didn't mention her? Not even her name? Or any of the other mercs? But now he's hired you, which means one of 2 things. Either he heard back from Keeley, and she failed, or he's given up on her. Listen, I make a fair wage, but I'm not rich, not by any means. Maybe my kind of money wouldn't appeal to your average merc, but I'm willing to pay you if you'll find Keeley and make sure she's safe. Isn't right leaving her out there. No idea if she's alive or dead. I had a good feeling about you, moment you walked in. I mean it. Of course. Anything. Keeley's brilliant. An absolute genius. She plays at being mean, but it's all a front. When you've lived as long as she has, you get defensive around new people. Who wants to make a friend when you know you'll outlive them? I couldn't get her to say, but she talked about the war. The Great War, when the bombs fell, like she'd been there. So, I'm guessing pretty old. 200 years? Maybe more. Like a Brahmin and a Deathclaw, though I'm not sure which would be which. Bad analogy, maybe. They're both Deathclaws in their way. Keeley hates Hildern. She says he's more politician than scientist, and gets in the way of true discovery. And Hildern hates Keeley because, well, because every time they meet, she makes him look like an ass. In front of important people, usually. Head researcher. Mostly on the dam project, but I help out on other things when they need me. Gotta be flexible. The director? He's very well-spoken and knowledgeable. He's not what you'd call warm, unless he wants something from you. And even then, it's kind of a cold warm. Most of the time, I focus on the science and try to forget him. He doesn't get mixed up in any actual work, though he tells people that he does. He sure does. Everyone knows it. I've just got to endure this job until the project is finished. But abandoning Keeley, he crossed a line. Taking credit for other people's work is one thing. Sending people to die in the waste is another. If Hildern tries to recruit any more mercs, I'm gonna warn them. What can he do to me? I'm the only one who can run this lab. My father used to say good things about them, but that was years ago. Back when they teach farmers and ranchers about crop rotation and the like. Nowadays, they've changed. They're doing what they can to discredit the NCR, give us a bad name with the locals. Dr. Hildern trained with them years ago. Not me, though. I'm an OSI girl. It's foul to tell the truth. Most people try to get what they can from the outside, even if it's just a smuggled candy bar now and then. Contreras is a genius. He can find almost anything you'd want. Takes Caps to get him motivated, though. He won't do a thing for free.
Alright. So now we are going to head back to... or head out to Vault 22.
Even the stupid NCR isn't.
Alright, what is closest to there? Sac Caravan. Alright.
Doing the research. We're getting.
Wait, hold on. One sec. Oh shit. Hold on. Oh fuck! He has the door right off the bat. Good.
Hey, you got a second?
Okay.
The Brotherhood is failing. I've always known that. If we don't change course, we're going to fall apart, or fade away. But until recently, I haven't understood where we went wrong, or how to fix it. I think I need to go home. Sure, yeah, just not too long, okay? I worry about them sometimes.
Does she have anything?
Ooh, got
I
something
might have
good for
left
me?
her-
Is...
Anything?
What's up?